You then come to an agreement. So you have a high level agreement with your shareholder or shareholders around how much they're buying, how they're going to buy in, what's the process and all that sort of stuff. And then you go from there. So then you organize lawyers, accountants, and the banks for like the loans and that sort of stuff. There on job here. Today I want to talk to you about bringing on new shareholders into your business. So we are fresh off a training with our boardroom clients this week, running them through the entire sort of next gen shareholding process. And what I thought would be kind of cool to do with you now in this episode is kind of just like literally kind of walk you through the next gen shareholding process or how to bring on new shareholders into your business. Hopefully it's helpful if you're thinking about doing it in your business. Hopefully it's giving you a few things and some criteria to think through in terms of just like the steps to kind of go about bringing on new shareholders into your business. So whether you're a single business owner and you're looking to bring on your first shareholder, or you've got existing shareholders and you just want to do the process better. So this is like literally, I'm going to run you through a training that we ran for our boardroom clients this week, all on the next gen shareholding process. I guess to give some context, we'll kind of step out a bit. Like, why would you bring on new shareholders into your business? It's a really important question. And like, I think a lot of us, we get into business and we just start going about the motions and, all of us, sometimes we put our heads up and it's 5 years have passed. Sometimes we put our heads up 10 years have passed. The big mistake I see business owners making is they haven't thought about their exit strategy from their business. So they haven't thought about, when I want to retire or when I want to start to slow down in this business, how am I going to extract the value? How am I going to ensure this business continues on without me? How am I going to start to fade away into the distance or into the background and new, amazing, hungry people come and take my place? And the answer to all of that is bringing on new shareholders or next-gen shareholders into your business. So if you think about it, like you're bringing on partners in your business, like you're opening up the shareholder in your business to bring on partners, to partner alongside you to help you grow the business together, to share the load, to share the burden. They're all the things that a business owner kind of faces because they're remunerated through dividends and then obviously through owning a piece of the business that grows in value. So there's plenty of upside for them, but it also means that when you're ready to retire, to slow down, to exit from the business, you have a plan there. You've got new shareholders in the business that you can eventually start to sell down parts of your biggest shareholding to, and over time they can take over or take up more of that shareholding in the business. So I just think bringing on next gen shareholders or new shareholders in your business is a really smart way to, one, bolster your business, having a bunch of smart people around the table with you, all motivated and inspired to grow their business, grow the business alongside you. And two, securing your exit strategy from the business as well, meaning you can sell down to them when you're ready and right up into the front end. Thing. Let's do it. So I just want to walk you through the next gen shareholding or the shareholders program. And there's 3 parts to it: the who, the how, and the what. I'm not going to talk to you about the what today because the what's like super detailed. It's all about shareholders deed, company resolution, voting rights, that sort of thing. We won't go into that today. If I get feedback that you'd like to listen to that sort of thing, maybe I'll record that training in the future. But today we're going to go through the who and the how in terms of the who, like who do you bring on as shareholders, and the how, like what's the process to kind of go through. So let's dive in. The first things first, the who. It is really important to choose the right people to sit around the shareholding table with you. Because based on experience, sometimes if you have the wrong people sitting around the table with you as shareholders, it is very, very hard to let them go or to get rid of them. So you've got to be really, really conscious and careful who you're choosing to share the shareholding with in your business. But here's some criteria I just want you to think through when you're thinking about bringing on a shareholder or shareholders into your business. So, tenure in the business, how long they worked with you? Are you rewarding past performance? So have they performed really, really well in the past and you want to reward that past performance? Their likely future performance in the business. So are they doing super well and you can see that they're going to keep doing super well into the future and you'd like to reward that through shareholding? Do they have a values alignment with you in the business? What value have they brought to you in the business? Are they not just a standard employee? They do actually go above and beyond and do extra things for you to help the business grow. So value they brought to the business, value they're going to bring to the business in the future. Again, that character piece or that identity piece. are they motivated to share the load with you and grow the business alongside you? And these are a bunch of kind of criteria just to think through. And like when I'm often talking to business owners about bringing on shareholders, they often haven't really thought about it as a criteria piece. And it's like, oh, I kind of like the guy or the girl, and I think I'll bring them on as a shareholder. Is that the right decision? You can't sometimes, like your gut's pretty good, but sometimes you just need some criteria to think through in terms of the value they bring to the business. Another piece that I've heard recently is thinking about revenue generation. So there's a school of thought out there that shareholders should be generating revenue in your business equal to their percentage. So if you're a 10 million, a million per year business and you've got a 10% shareholder, is that 10% shareholder actually generating 100K worth of revenue for you each and every year? So actually tying KPIs to their shareholding metric, meaning do they actually bring revenue into the business, which is equal or proportionate to their shareholding. So, you've got to work out what's right for you, but it's just a school of thought that's out there. So the first piece is the who, getting really clear on who you're bringing into your business as a shareholder, because you don't want to make the wrong decision here, because it's very hard to remove them as shareholders if you don't want them as shareholders any longer in the business. All right. Second piece of the puzzle, the how. So this is like, I'm going to go through this quickly. This is the full training that we built for our boardroom clients. But I'm going to go through the high level in terms of the step-by-step process in terms of how to bring on shareholders. First step, set your business up as a company, not a trust. You cannot have shareholders in your business. If it is a trust, you must be a company. And that is that's a big thing for a lot of people, because most new businesses set up as a trust, so you need to be a company. Second step, so once you are a company, you need to get your business valued. And there's a bunch of ways you can value your business. You can get an external valuer to come in, or you can value the business yourself through a couple of formulas. So average of 3 years trading profit times by a business multiplier, or a weighted average of the last 3 years net profits times by a multiplier. Step 3, are you going to discount the value of your company or not to shareholders? That's completely up to you. I know some people do discount to internal shareholders, so they're happy to discount the value of shares at 80% or 60% to incentivize people to buy in. If you're going to do that, just make sure though that you've got a clause in your shareholders' deed or agreement that says that if that person was to then sell those shares within, say, a 12-month period, they would not get the full value of those shares, only what they put in. Fourth step, decide on the who in terms of who you're going to bring into your business. Fifth step, decide on the purchase method. So is your shareholder going to get a loan from the bank? Are they going to pay in cash? Or is the company going to do a company loan to them? That's the whole bunch behind that. I can cover that in another video, but a company loan is something that doesn't happen quite a lot. Decide on your share. So step 6, decide on your share classes. So you can have different types of share classes within your company, and each of those different share classes can have different voting rights, remuneration rights, dividend policies, and all that sort of stuff. Word of advice, that can get very, very complicated very, very quickly. And if you are small, just starting out, just have the one kind of ordinary share class as a starting point. It's a lot easier that way. But, lots of people do have different classes because it serves their needs. Step 7, decide on the percentage of shares being offered. So you have to work out as a business owner, how much are you willing to pass on to your next gen shareholders? 5%, 10%, 20%? How much are you willing to I don't like the word part with, because I don't see it like that. You're not really passing with that in the business. You're bringing on someone who is really motivated and driven to grow the business alongside you. So I see it as a positive. But how much are you willing to offer up as a percentage of your business? You've then got to think about the major shareholders, i.e. are you selling down your share? Are you selling down your 100% are you selling 10% of your shares to someone else? Or is the company creating new shares? And you can work with your accountant around the best strategy for you and your business. You then want to, once you're clear on those kind of steps, you then want to build a prospectus. So that's a really simple high-level document that you'll give to your incoming shareholders, or the people that you are approaching to be shareholders in your business. And the prospectus is just and I'll cover the structure in a second, but it's essentially hey, you're an awesome person. I'd love you to be a shareholder in our business. And that's kind of it's a bit of an offer document. So the prospectus should cover things like, the offer to purchase. Hey, we'd like to offer you shares in the business. What's on offer? There's allocations of 1% through to 20%, depending on your appetite to take on that in the business. So what's on offer, value and percentage. The process for how shares can be purchased. So you just outline the process that the shares can be purchased through. You then want to, you've got to think this through. You're obviously approaching them to buy shares in the business, but you've got to outline, why would they do this? Why would they go to the bank and take sometimes a giant loan out to invest in your business? So you want to outline things like your past company trading history, revenue and profit, past dividends issued if you've done any, your current business valuation, your business growth plans and trajectory and where you're going, likely future dividends. You want to paint a picture for these potential shareholders to say, this is a really great company. We've done great things. I'd love you to buy into it. And also, if you give them an idea of rate of return on their, if they're going to get a loan, they'll want to know, when am I going to get my money back kind of thing, or will the dividend pay my interest and that sort of stuff. So there's all those things to kind of think through. And then you want to outline the process from here. So that you create a prospectus, you give it to your potential staff member, you sit down, go for a coffee. Hey, I'd love you to be a shareholder. Let's talk through things. And then from there, you want to send them draft shareholders deed for review. So at this point, you want to start to get your lawyers involved and get your draft shareholders deed written up so you can send to them and talk them through. There will be no doubt a whole bunch of questions that come back from them, and you've got to be prepared to kind of go through and answer those questions from the shareholders deed because they'll want to know all these sorts of things. You then come to an agreement. So you have a high-level agreement with your shareholder or shareholders around how much they're buying, how they're going to buy in, what's the process and all that sort of stuff. And then you go from there. So then you organise lawyers, accountants, and the banks for the loans and that sort of stuff. And then you finalise, sign, and accelerate. When you outline like that, it's actually quite a simple process to go through. But so many people get it wrong because they don't understand the process. So that's why I built the training for our boardroom clients. Go through the entire next-gen shareholding process. And that's what I've just taken you through, albeit quite quickly. That's what I've just taken you through now. Like I said, bringing next-gen shareholders into your business is a really, really smart move if you want to be around for a long time and also secure your exit strategy or your exit from the business. So, Tim, I hope that helps. So I've kind of gone through the who in terms of who to bring into your business as shareholders or who to ask, as well as the how in terms of the entire step-by-step process. And like I said, that was the training I built for our boardroom clients to just walk them through all of that information. And there's a whole bunch more that sort of sits behind that. But what I've covered for you in the last 12 minutes should hopefully help you. So yeah, Tim, if you want to keep building your business on your own, you are very, very welcome to. We've got a whole bunch of free resources to help you do that. Podcast, the website, the YouTube channel, all those types of things. But if you want some help, if you just want processes and step-by-step things given to you so you can just go, yep, I need that, install it into my business and keep going, then please reach out. Let's have a chat about Boardroom, how we can help you build your business faster through a proven coaching program that works to help you grow your engineering consultancy. So if that's you, please reach out, send me a message with the word grow, and let's have a chat about how we can help you build your business faster through Boardroom. Have an amazing day.